My responsibility as an economic investor, a global economic investor, is to try to find what are the elements that make countries succeed and fail, and to do that over time. And that's led me to develop indicators and literally quantify those indicators into leading economic indicators for the well-being. In my study of watching why reserve currencies and the countries behind them have risen and declined, with the help of my fabulous research team, we've been able to look through times. Those are arcs. Those are long arcs. In other words, there's the U.S. as the existing world's reserve currency. Before that, there was the British Empire. Before that, there was the Dutch Empire. And these things take place over long periods of time, 100, 200 years. Many of those we can't see, but yet they take us by surprise, like the change in the reserve currency. And the factors that we see over a period of time, in terms of the indicators that we put together, are, I'll describe it in brief. Indicators, first, of education and civility. The better the education and the more the civility of the behavior of people together. Infrastructure. Infrastructure is a good leading indicator. And then technology, the invention of new technologies. Technology is not only a commercial asset, it is a military asset. The capacity to build technology is a leading indicator. Then you get improvements in output. GDP rises. And then you have larger and larger shares of world trade. It's a reflection of the competitiveness of how that arises over a period of time, because you grow because you're competitive and you raise those living standards. And as you go globally, it's the development of the military, because you need the military to both protect your trade routes and also to protect the natural resources. And then with that, there's always the development of a financial system, a financial hub. You know, in the Dutch Empire, it was Amsterdam, then it was London, then it was New York, and increasingly it will be Shanghai. And this is an evolution. And with that, there's the development of a reserve currency, because it is the medium by which there is a common currency and a common exchange rate. And when that exists, it also means that those countries can get deeper into debt, because everyone wants to save in the currency, and you're lent that currency, and then they get deeper in debt, and the economies get overextended. And that is sort of the history of the rise and declines of empires, and there's a certain destiny that happens as a result of that. So there's a tremendous culture and a tremendous capability in history that has to do with what they exist. And so it is with great admiration, I have great admiration for the Chinese, a different system. And with that, there are wars. I don't like the word war rather than negotiations, but there is, there's a trade war, there's a technology war, there is a geopolitical war, and there could be capital wars. And that is the nature of the environment. And how that's approached is going to determine what our futures are like. And I honestly don't know how it will be approached. We want to be optimistic. So when I look at it, I think that I hope that it is done with mutual understanding, that it is that instead of wars, which mean lose-lose relationships, that we approach this with win-win relationships by seeing each other through each other's eyes and not expecting the others to be like us in all respects, and which we evolve through time.